Hello, everyone, and welcome to Got Thrones, a Game of Thrones podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Kolasinski, and with me, as ever, is my illustrious co-host, Alexandra August.
Y'all.
We are here to discuss Season 1, Episode 7 of House of the Dragon, Driftmark. Alex, you want to tell us where everyone can find us?
Everyone can find us on the interwebs, on Instagram at Got Thrones, on TikTok at Got_Thrones, and on YouTube at Got Thrones Podcast. We are releasing a video. We are releasing every episode of this podcast to YouTube, and we also have a little bit of a shorts game going. So find us over there. Yeah, and then you can find this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. So
Yeah,
if it
you
catches an
found it.
RSS feed, yeah, you did it. Hey.
Good job. We're proud of you.
We really are.
We are here to do a crash course in House of the Dragon as we gear up for House of the Dragon Season 3, which is closely coming up. Sometime we are estimating mid-June.
Yeah.
There is a teaser trailer, and we're recording this on Sunday, the, 26th? There is a teaser trailer or trailer being released tomorrow, Monday the 27th, which you will have probably seen by the time you're hearing this. But yeah, we just kind of want to give you a chance to not have to watch everything again, but there's a lot of moving pieces. And I'm not going to remember who all Rhaenyra's kids are.
My God.
So I'm rewatching it so that we can tell you, so that you don't have to.
Unless you want to rewatch it and then like kind of fan out with us a little bit, we will be doing that in these
Yeah.
episodes. I'm trying to keep it at a minimum. Johnny's way better at that than I am, but we're aiming for these episodes to be, anywhere from like 15 to 25 minutes, but something that gives us a chance to bite into them a little bit once more, but then also just kind of walk away with like, okay, what are the main bullet points? Who died? Who got married? Who like where is Viserys in his decomposition overall? The important
Hmm.
things. And
Yeah.
yeah.
We're not going for bite size necessarily, but digestible,
A
as opposed
slider.
to our hour a slot exactly, yeah. As opposed to our hour and a half recaps of half an hour episodes of Night of the Seven Kingdoms,
It's so
which I
good.
stand behind.
Do we want to
Yeah.
talk more about Lionel? Oh man, Lionel, he eats time.
Yeah. So we started last week a new little mini game with our trial of the seven sentences, and rather than us competing, we are competing with ChatGPT, describing the episode in a different manner than what it actually is. I thought that it was fitting for ChatGPT to pitch us this episode, Driftmark, as an episode of Law and Order, more specifically a courtroom drama, not Law
Okay,
and Order
so
specifically. So, Alex, if you want to get us started with our seven sentences, and I will feed you what the internet gave us.
excellent. Guys, we're gonna go sentence by sentence. So I'll do my first sentence and Johnny will respond. A little call and response for you there. Episode 7 of season 1, Driftmark. Here's what you missed. The whole family gets together for Lena's funeral on Driftmark, but that doesn't mean they get along.
Interior courtroom, overhead lights hum. The parties convened on Driftmark under the pretense of a funeral, which this court notes is perhaps the least productive environment in which to resolve a decade of compounding grievances. Nevertheless, here we are.
Viserys invites Daemon back to King's Landing, but he'd rather chill in Pentos as a hot widower.
The decedent is Laena Valerion. The surviving spouse, Daemon Targaryen, has indicated through counsel, and frankly, his entire demeanor, that he has no interest in returning to King's Landing at this time. The king's invitation has been noted and declined. Daemon's position appears to be that widowhood suits him, and he intends to explore that fully. I actually really like that.
By the way, I don't think that we're competing with ChatGPT. I think we're cracking a whip and ChatGPT is doing,
Yeah.
or whatever, Perplexity in this case, Claude Sonnet 4.6 is doing what we tell it to, which for we give thanks and pray. Prince Aemond, Alicent's second son, sneaks off and bonds with Lena's former dragon Vagar, like that Vagar. like that Vagar. And Rhaenyra's sons, Daemon and Daemon's daughters, accuse Aemond of stealing the dragon, and in the ensuing fight, which was completely justified, Rhaenyra's son Jace blinds Aemon in one eye. I think it's Rhaenyra. I think it's Luke who does that for the record, but
Yeah. Oh, you're
not
right. It
important.
is Luke, not Jace. Yeah.
Uh,
In the matter of Valyrian Dragon, Vagar, rightful claimant, this court finds that Prince Aemon, second son of Queen Alicent, did in fact bond with the dragon in question during the late hours of the evening without consent of the interested parties. The plaintiffs, Rhaenyra's sons and Daemon's daughters, allege theft. The defense argues possession is 9/10 of the law, and the dragon seems fine with it. The court is inclined to agree, but notes the subsequent altercation in which plaintiff Jacaerys, but it was actually Lucerys, did willfully blind the defendant in one eye significantly complicates any finding of clean hands on either side.
it is a tricky situation. Like that's correctly analyzed. Everything comes to a head when Viserys tries to calm things down, and Alicent ends up cutting Rhaenyra's arm.
When King Viserys attempted to mediate, Queen Alicent, apparently abandoning any pretense of diplomatic immunity, produced a blade and lacerated Princess Rhaenyra's arm in open court. The court is still processing this, so is everyone present.
This is great. Rhaenyra proposes a tactical marriage to Daemon, who accepts, and they bone on the beach. I added that. I'm sorry.
I should have included it. In the matter of Rhaenyra Targaryen versus terrible options, the plaintiff has proposed marriage to Daemon Targaryen as a strategic remedy. Defendant accepts. The court raises no objection, though it notes the speed of this arrangement suggests it was not entirely spontaneous. I swear this thing watched the show.
Wow. Wow, that's a big conclusion to draw. They were on Driftmark for like 2 days. That
Yeah.
And finally, Laenor fakes his own death and runs away with his boyfriend, and Daemon and Rhaenyra are wed in a very sexy ceremony.
Finally, in the matter of Laenor Velaryon whereabouts, the record reflects that the decedent Seven is not in fact deceased. Mr. Velaryon staged his own death and has departed the jurisdiction with his companion Carl. The court wishes him well and will not be issuing a subpoena at this time. Dunk dunk.
This is great. Oh my god.
That was
See, it's a
that was fun.
this is fun. This is a magic trick. I hope you guys liked our AI masterpiece theater. So like the most important like thing I want to check in with on our kind of when we move on as we move on to our tracking boards is that where is Viserys at in decomp?
So that's a tricky question.
Uh-huh.
As far as physical decomposition, he's about where he was last time we saw him, which is fair because this is like only a couple weeks later.
Right.
As far as the decomposition of his power and control of this whole mess, it's gone down the tubes. He is feeble.
Yeah.
He can't get his son, his son and subject to answer a straightforward question in front of literally everyone in Driftmark.
It's a really good wow. Yeah, I
He
hadn't
can't he can't get his wife to put down a knife.
that I think that George just really is like, by the way, monarchy and absolute power is just like ultimately a self-defeating situation because like not one single person can hold all of the power. Like you simply cannot.
I think that more than anything we've seen this season, that scene in front of the Driftwood throne it says that everything else that everything that comes later is inevitable. Viserys's lack of control at this point, when he's still alive, indicates that even without Alicent, pulling strings behind the scenes and either misinterpreting or lying about what he said on his deathbed in a couple episodes. Spoilers, he dies. We've been telling you this. Like, even without that, there would have been a battle for the throne.
I don't know, man. I don't think I have had a conscious as an adult thought about being like, "Oh wow, it would be nice to be in a royal family." I think it's been a couple of decades before I have consciously been like thought that was a good idea.
Yeah. I think this is the first episode where we're not introducing any new players.
Nope, nope.
But again, it was only a couple weeks.
I think it's just Driftmark,
Yeah,
Driftmark staff.
yeah. We do get to know the various princelings and princesslings better.
Yeah. Yeah, they have. We see some of their relationships. A lot the show is kind of like king of like getting so much done at the same time because they basically have like Lena's memorial, I want to say takes up the first like 20 minutes of the episode or just like the first like quite a big chunk of it and like Chase has a scene with his mother. Then she tells him to go over and say hi to Bela and Reyna. He does. They have a sweet hand holding scene. And then Aemond comes in and is a piece of shit. And Aegon comes in and is a piece of shit. And they get scolded by their mom. And then Corlys talks to like Laenor goes in the water and Corlys talks to Carl. And it's just everybody's there, everybody's talking, everybody's got different so much happens.
Yeah.
It's a fishbowl.
And who dies?
Some dude.
Yeah, a guy who looks kind of like Lenor
It is really
when
random.
he's
I
on.
thought of like, was it a person? I was like, no, I think they just found a guy in a stairwell and killed him
Yeah,
and put him in the. At least they didn't burn him alive.
yeah, yeah. And Lenor and Carl are dead to us.
Yeah, yeah. Laenor
Uh,
shaves the best wig we've seen on him so far, and they row off to Pentos because it's good to be a man. It's good to be a man.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And this is the most reasonable solution Damon has ever found to anything.
Dude.
Because yeah, he killed somebody, but we don't know him.
Like I don't know that Damon's an asshole, but he's kind of like I think he's an asshole first and then he's armed. He's not I don't know that he's like delight so much in killing people so much as he doesn't care if he does. Like he doesn't like
Yeah,
killing people get in the way.
it's not move one, but it's definitely within the top three at any point in time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who was your who were your winners and losers this episode? Who slayed and who got cut? What'd you say?
I have to say that Damon slayed both once again, much like last week, literally and figuratively. He has positioned himself to where he wanted to be, but botched it 3 or 4 episodes ago with Rhaenyra, and has set himself up to be the number two guy in the kingdom, and really to an extent the number one guy in the kingdom, as long as nothing weird happens with Allison and her brood down the line, which I'm sure they'll be chill.
It's fine. We have dragons. It's fine. What could go wrong?
Mm-hmm.
What could go wrong?
What about for you?
So, who slayed this week? Part of me wanted to give it to Aemond because he did bag the biggest, baddest dragon, like Big Bad Vagar
Mm-hmm.
Brown. And but he's such a piece of shit about it, and he's a piece of shit immediately. So for who slayed, I'm gonna give it to Laenor because damn, way
Because he got
to
out.
way to win. Like way to take Sir
Uh-huh.
Kristen's idea and like run with it. And I bet Rhaenyra now.
He's excited to have a partner that's gonna play the game.
And we also learn a little bit more this episode that, she and Laenor tried to sleep together and did sleep together, but could not reproduce,
Mm-hmm.
did not get pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
which is why you're led to believe that she allowed, that she, allowed for the Harwin Strong thing to happen. And even though it's very obvious to everyone that those kids are not white of hair. But yeah, good for Laenor.
Yes.
Keep running.
Yeah. I will definitely agree with you on that one. Um, who would you say got cut?
Uh, Reyna, because she lost her dragon. And two, a real piece of work. She's just a real piece of shit kid.
Mm-hmm.
How about
For
you?
me, I'm gonna say Viserys for everything we talked about before. Um,
Yeah.
just the like he became a lame duck in that moment.
And it's so fascinating to see, like, if you're a king, can you imagine how maddening it must be to get older and realize there's a time when people are just like, well, you'll be dead in 10 years. I'll wait it out. And I will just say, like, yeah, we'll just, and like the time that they know that they have to obey you, as that gets lower and lower, you physically feel your power decrease as you age. Like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
don't be a monarch, man. Looks like it sucks. All right, so like onto lighter notes. Who do you think did a great job parenting this episode?
My notes say,
I had a really hard time
like,
picking someone.
yeah, the only person I can say parented this episode is Raina.
Renice.
Renice, yeah, sorry, Renice.
She's mine too.
Again, thanks, George. And she's parenting her dead daughter.
Oh,
Well, no, she's grandparenting is what she's doing. She's grandparenting her blood relations.
yeah, like she's the only person who's actually like you see this too again like this episode does so much because we also see Rhaenyra's parenting like when Jace is like I don't want to be here first of all. We should be in Harrenhal with our
We
real
should be at
father.
dad's.
Yeah, like and he's not wrong. Like he really isn't. This is all fucked up and Rhaenyra is in the situation that she created when she was 17. And it would be very easy to just have, you do what you want and I do what I want and everything will be fine. And what could go wrong?
Yeah,
Because she's never had to think of a consequence like that because those consequences didn't affect her. And she's realizing that they do as it's happening. But she's also got the job of being a parent and got the job of being a former ruler and got the job of securing that power to be a former ruler and dealing with all this emotionally. And it just like you see the limits of what she's able to offer her children in just that she kind of physically has so much on her plate that it doesn't feel like she has the bandwidth to give to Jace to help him through this, other than just telling him like,
yeah,
go talk to your cousins.
yeah.
And it's so sad because it's like more of Renice being the most correct person in the room at all times. I'm just gonna cut to it. She's my queen of love and beauty, as well as my most
Hmm.
valuable parent, just because I love Renice so much, and I just wish that I kind of wish she fought her husband more. Like I don't understand the iniquity in their relationship frustrates me, and I don't. Yeah, I don't know that I understand it. I
Yeah,
don't know that yeah, like not necessarily on a literary level. I'm just kind of like the Bernice do something.
on a personal level,
Yeah,
maybe some of it is just the I fought really hard once and I lost.
yeah. That's kind of what I wonder if it's not if she's written this way, sort of to be an example of like somebody who's like, I'm not trying. I'm really not trying to break the mold. I just want to have what everybody else has. I just want to be a normal.
I think that it's that to an extent, but I think it's also a recognition of were she to try for more, she would have ended up in an Alicent and Rhaenyra's situation with Viserys.
Yeah.
If she gets to be too ambitious, then people will back her even if she doesn't want backing,
Like it's
like
just it's
Corlys does.
that's and it's I feel like that's why she's so sad all the time is that she's the smartest person in the room most of the time and she can see
Hmm.
that there is no stopping this movement that like this is a wheel that's been turning like an eddy of water or something that's just been going and going and going and the force of it creates its own force and once you're tangled in it you kind of can't get out. It's why she keeps for that's why she's like don't do it, don't marry our kids into this, don't touch this
Hmm.
because it blows back. And in the space of 2 episodes she loses both of her children and it is shattering
Hmm.
to watch her cry over Laenor. And it's so fucking
Yeah.
selfish, like characteristically selfish of Daemon to be like, yeah, Rhaenys will be fine. And or Rhaenyra, I think Rhaenyra also did that as well, which is just kind of I don't know, justice for Rhaenys.
Yeah. Yeah. My Queen of Love and Beauty, once again, he's only had two chances to get it, and he got it both times, but this time it's just going straight to Carl, not
Oh.
sharing the glory. It's he won. He and Laenor are the only people who have ever won the Game of Thrones.
Oh my God.
As the only winning move is not to play.
Yeah, dude, seriously, run. Run away. Yeah. Ugh, place him, protect him at all costs. And that's it. That's it for
Yeah.
episode 7. of season 1 of House of the Dragon, Driftmark. It's a real bummer. Honestly, this was an episode where I was like, God, this show is so good, but it's so deeply painful. It's so
Yeah.
heavy. And it's just like, this is only episode 7. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
This is where I definitely started feeling as was with my early complaints of there's no fun.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
luckily, I'm sure next week is a laugh riot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
There's like an up before the end of the season, right? Like
Yeah.
they ended on a high note. It's
Yeah.
gonna be great. Thanks
If
again
that
for joining.
happens, we'll let you know.
We'll let you know. Thanks again for joining us, folks.
Yep.
You can find us on socials and Instagram at Got Thrones and TikTok got_Thrones and on YouTube at Got Thrones Podcast. And we will be doing these brief recaps of every episode of House of the Dragon, all 18 ahead of the season 3 release. So keep checking back.
Yep. Thanks, folks.